But let me go across to Mani Shankaraya for his initial thoughts from the Congress's perspective, because a lot of local leaders in Bengal, Mr. Iyer, were unhappy with the number of seats the Congress has got in this alliance. But it seems from a more macro perspective, the High Command did indeed take the right decision, because piggybacking with Mamata Banerjee, the Congress is riding to power in Bengal.
Yes, I agree with your analysis, and it was the sensible thing to do, because quite clearly Mamata Banerjee, who was incidentally in the Congress and did go, and I joined her. I am a founder member of the Trinamool Congress. At that time there was dissatisfaction with the leadership. Now there's a very warm relationship between the Trinamool Congress and the Congress party, not only in Bengal but in Delhi as well. And therefore we're very glad that she is in the lead. Naturally, the people at the ground level would have wanted a few more seats, but there's been no dissidence as a result of the final agreement reached. And it's good to see change taking place in West Bengal, which will bring an alternative government into office there after 34 years.
Yes, Mr. Dasgupta, you must answer the question of how you're trying to find fault with what the centre is doing, not looking at some crucial figures our polls are throwing up. For example, 67% think Buddhadeb's performance is either poor, very poor or average, and 56% actually thought Jyoti Basu did a much better job than Buddhadeb has managed to. Clearly, the problems lie very close to Kolkata and not so far away in Delhi.
Gentlemen, please don't dictate what to answer and what not to answer. My point is, you are speaking of a change. That is the issue. There may be a change of person, change of party. But if you must take the country as a whole. Bengal is not independent of the others. If there is a change of person, not a change of policy, and the change is not there so far as the people is concerned, how good governance counts? Unemployment is not there in West Bengal alone. What is there in UP? What is there in Assam?
Okay.
What is there in Tamil Nadu? Therefore, basic point is, basic malady in West Bengal arises out of the country facing a serious economic crisis due to the faulty economic policies that the government is doing.
Well, that's the view that you have. Remains to be seen whether the people of Bengal agree with that. I want to go across now to Javed Ansari. Mamata Banerjee is sweeping to power with such a goodwill, a wave of goodwill, that 74% of the people actually think she's done a good job as railway minister. There are many analysts who think she's been a disastrous railway minister, but 74% think she's done a good job. And 53% think Mamata will make a good or a very good chief minister. So that's the sort of goodwill she has.
But she generated a lot of goodwill. Of course, Mr. Dasgupta will find it hard to stomach that. And he says because the change that they want is a change from the central government. Yet they are voting to power Trinamool and Congress. Both of the Congress is leading the central government, and Trinamool is a very important part of that central government. So I don't at all agree with what he's saying. As far as Mamata's own goodwill is concerned, 34 years of anti-incumbency, that somehow is weighing against the left. It's so the people want a change. They want that change desperately, and therefore they are even prepared at this stage to overlook some of the things which are obvious to the others.